So this meal prep is a combination of a few things here. So I've just come off the back of doing a week for two people for £10. So this is going to be costed just to see how much it comes to. So this is a 5-day meal prep. So 5 breakfasts, 5 lunches, 5 dinners. And what I'm doing here is I'm starting off with the roasted carrots. Now, I had every intention to put pomegranate molasses on it, but completely forgot. So this is kind of like a little version of those roasted carrots that I did on flatbread. So this has got some more spices on it and things. Obviously not the pomegranate molasses because I've just realised I forgot that. But it also, I'm doing it with some hummus. So what I'm doing is making my own hummus with dried chickpeas that I've left to soak and then cooked the night before. So while all in all this takes about an hour and 10 minutes to do, obviously that kind of makes it a bit longer, but you know, if you're not doing the budget version, you can just use canned chickpeas. Now what I'm doing here is I'm adding in the chickpea cooking water rather than oil, just to make it that little bit healthier. It helps smooth it out and give you a nice texture. Now, also what I'm doing here is I'm doing something with lentils, because this is something that was mentioned on my Q&A, and there have been questions about things to do with lentils, so this is what I'm doing. So I've chopped up some of the carrots, well, the majority of the carrots to roast. I've chopped little bits here to go into the lentils, along with some red onion, and they're all going to go in, and this is where it ties into a third thing. So we've got the budget, we've got the lentils, and this is going to be going with one of the lentil dressings that we got from M&S, which you can see in the £20 M&S haul video. It's just a culmination of videos today. So yeah, I'm chopping all this up. You know how to chop an onion, but yeah, it gives me more time to waffle if I keep all these shots in. So the lentils have been cooking a little bit. I'm just going to chuck that in just while they finish. So then that way the carrots go a bit soft. The onion loses a bit of its bite because it can be a bit kind of tough raw. And then I've got some green pepper that's been left in the fridge. Now I get the wonky peppers. So wonky peppers are a weird thing because I'm totally against the use of plastic. I hate the use of plastic. But then if you're supporting wonky veg because, you know, otherwise it'd go in the bin, what do you do? Like, it really upsets me because I don't want to use plastic, but I want to support this and just, But anyway, this is the lentil dressing that we got from M&S. This is a coconut kind of Thai style one, which is why I've put the peppers in there and the other veggies just to try and kind of bulk it out. And also I think that they will go well with the dressing. I've also got this, which has been sitting in the fridge. It's just some spring greens. So what I'm doing is just finely slicing those up, taking the big kind of rib out the middle just because it can be a little bit tough. I'm putting in some salt and pepper and a little bit of water, and I'm just going to cover it and steam it until they look really vibrant green and they've softened a little bit. So this is to go, I've kind of like done all my prep at the same time and then left everything to cool because you don't want everything getting all steamy in the boxes and sitting in the fridge and just going a bit foosty. So yeah, I've kind of done cooking bits first. The carrots are still in the oven at this point. But anyway, to make a salsa, this is to go with the carrots. I'm chopping up some tomatoes, some onions, and some green olives. Now this goes back to the budget version that I made on my video, so it's like a little bit more to it, a little bit less stingy on the toppings, but at the same time I'm not on such a tight budget here. This is just a see how much it costs. So yeah, again, everything gets finely sliced, and this is going to get chucked on top of the carrots, which I really should go back and put some pomegranate molasses on because that was the whole point of making this. So I might do that. But yeah, anyway, I'm just kind of digressing here. I've got my olives here, and what I'm doing is just to make them a little bit easier to chop up, just crush them with your hand and then chop them up. So then that way they're like crushing kind of like breaks them, and that's half of your chopping job done. So I'm just popping all of that together because then you've got like the natural sweetness of the tomatoes, you've got the saltiness of the onion, of the olives, and then you've got like that kind of bite from the onion there. And right, okay, we've also, once I've dished all this up, so we've got the hummus on the bottom, which came out really, really well. I quite like using the the cooking water instead of oil, just because it gives it a nice silky texture. Because actually aquafaba right there, you know, people use for mayonnaise and things. So why not use it to make your hummus really silky? So I'm putting that on the bottom. You'll have your roasted carrots on top. And then there is the salsa going on top of that. I've also added in some seeds. Again, I kind of avoided things like this when I was doing the £10 thing because, you know, all these little kind of extra bits add up. Also, having to weigh extra little bits left, right and centre will drive me just demented. Because there's only so many things you can cost up that cost like under a penny, and it's just irritating. And there you go. There's the salsa going on top of that. This looks really nice. While it looks like it could need some like bread or something with it, the whole point of this is to kind of have like a grain-free or wheat-free kind of version. So you're getting filled up on the hummus rather than like loads of bread. It makes it a bit healthier as well. That's the kind of idea anyway. I may crumble and get some bread for dipping. These are the lentils, so these are going in there now. And then I've got to go with that, the greens. And then what I'm doing is I've got some silken tofu. Now, the silken tofu cost £1 in Morrison's. Now, this wasn't like a deal until like this was like a year ago or something ridiculous. But it lasts quite a long time because it's in a carton. So what we did, we went and bought something ridiculous, like 50 of them. We spent 50 quid on tofu. And they kept in the cupboard for so long. And then after that, we put them in the freezer. Now, if you put silken tofu in the freezer, what you could do is you can squeeze it out. And then it gets all crumbly like this, like you can see it in my hand right now. And I really like it like this. So next time it's on offer, I think we may have to do that again. While it means that our freezer is absolutely chock-a-block full, it works and it's cheap. Now, for once, breakfast is not a cop-out. I am making something for breakfast. Okay, it's bananas again, because, you know, I seem to have like an obsession with bananas, but I'm making nice cream. Now, idiot here just was like, oh god, the right before I'm filming this, damn it, I've not got any bananas in the freezer. So just like went down the shop really quick, grabbed some bananas, threw them in the freezer, didn't peel them, didn't pre-chop them. That is a stupid idea because then you can't get the bloody skin off. So make sure you skin and you chop your bananas before you put them in the freezer. It will save you so much hassle and trouble. So what I'm doing here is I've got 4 bananas chopped up. I've put in there some salted caramel flavouring, a little bit of soy milk, and I'm just blending that until it's smooth. So you can see like some lumps in there occasionally. I'm just stopping it, poking it down, and there you go. You have got salted caramel and ice cream. So I'm spreading it across 2 tubs here, just so that it's easier to fit in my freezer. You can put it in one big one if you want. And yeah, I'm just smoothing it out and that will sit in the freezer for when we need it. So for breakfast, we've got salted caramel and ice cream. For lunch, we've got the roasted carrots, hummus and salsa and seeds. And for dinner, we have got the lentils, greens, tofu and some peanuts. And that is all for under £5.